Call the meeting to order at 7. First, the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Happy New Year, everybody. Want to introduce our newest council member, Leanne Deal. She's from the 4th Ward, which is New Durham, and this is her first night. Welcome. It'll get easier. There was a thing I read about Harry Truman. I'm a big Truman fan. His first day in the United States Senate, he fought a tough battle to get there. He was sitting in there in the Senate, the greatest deliberative body in the world. And one of the guys came up and says, Harry, right now you're wondering how in the hell you got here. And he said, in another couple months you're going to wonder how the rest of us got here. So it might be that way. I don't know, but welcome. Today is National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. So thank you to our police department and for all you guys do and what everybody in law enforcement does. It's a thankless job. Next, the approval of minutes. I'll make a motion we approve all the minutes.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mr. Bashinsky to approve the minutes. Is there any discussion? Mr. Bashinsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Pothorsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Deal?
Yes.
Albert votes yes. Passes 4-0. Next, the approval of claims. I'd like to make a motion that we approve all the claims since our last regularly scheduled meeting.
I'll second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mrs. Pothorsky to approve all the claims since our last regularly scheduled meeting. Is there any discussion? Mr. Bashinsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Pothorsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Deal?
Yes.
Albert votes yes. Passes 4-0. Since this is the first meeting of the year, we have officers and liaisonships. I will make a motion that we keep all officers and liaisonships the same, and that Mrs. Deal take the police liaison spot that Nate had when he was on the council.
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mr. Bashinsky. Is there any discussion? Mr. Bashinsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Pothorsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Deal?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 4-0. Next, utilities report. Nathan isn't here tonight. Oh, yeah, we got to keep the 88 Title VI grievance forms as well as voluntary public involvement surveys are available in the hanging wall files for anyone interested. This is part of our requirement for the community crossing grant. So we fulfilled that. Today, there was a contractor working out on along 421 that ran a boring machine through our force main from Dollar General warehouse. Nathan was contacting D&M to come out and make the repair. I don't know if they've been out there yet or not. That was at 2:30 or 3 o'clock today. So, okay, so they've been out there. So that's our big excitement for today. Utilities. We have Baker Tilly agreement for the IDOC trunk main. We have a gentleman here from Baker Tilly. How are you tonight?
Good, how are you?
Good.
My name is Tyler Caulfield. I work with Baker Tilly, formerly Unbob. We've been working with the town for quite a while. I helped the town with the water cost of service study and have also helped on sewer. We're looking for ways to better help the town and surrounding towns in northern Indiana. We developed a service a couple years ago where we try to holistically help the town. And we decided that you guys may be a good fit for this. So the agreement that you have kind of lays out all of the different services that we can provide. The town has chosen specifically to go with 4 of them. The first one is a utility financial management report, annual and semi-annual. So the annual one will look at the last 3 years of historical information, give you 5 years forecasted to kind of see where the utilities are going. These can serve as rate studies, so you don't have to do an additional rate study in between. So we can kind of give you rate recommendations on those. The mid-year reports will give you a mid-year check-in on your budgets, so you know if you're spending too much, spending too little. Kind of gives you an idea of where the financials are at. Those are both for sewer and water. The second report is a comprehensive financial plan. That is for the town funds, the civil funds. This is a report that is really valuable for clients because it allows you to put all of your capital into a list, and you get to kind of prioritize it and spend the money down as you, or I should say, prioritize your capital so that you can prioritize what projects need done now versus what can be done in 3 years. So that gives you a way to fund your capital projects without just kind of picking a fund and saying, we have money here, we can spend this money now, and then come back 2 years later and say, oh crap, we shouldn't have spent on that. So that's a really valuable report. Another report is the semi-annual council report. So you guys will be getting reports 2 times a year. It'll be like March, April, and then the mid-year report will be July, August. It'll look at the last 6 months of civil financials, so your general fund, your MVH, your larger civil funds, and kind of track the track the progress of those 6 months through the year to the budget and kind of identify any trends to see what's going on. Then there'll also be a letter from Lori in there that kind of lays out what happened in the last 6 months, what's going to happen in the near future, just to kind of give some transparency amongst everybody in the town so everybody knows what's going on. And then the last thing we'll be providing is budget assistance. Lori kind of wants to try her best to learn it. It's a hard process, but we're going to be here for questions, so that's something that we'll provide to the town as well. So the cost of this is $4,800 a month, and you can allocate those between several funds. So what we provided is an allocation between 6 different funds. 4 of them are civil funds, and then 2 of them are utility funds. They're heavier on the utility side because the financial management reports are a little bit bigger, and it's most of the work. So, any questions or comments, concerns?
Anybody have questions? No. Okay. This is the agreement for the financial services then, okay? Okay, and then we also, do you want to go over the trunk?
That's for trunk mainly, and adjust that over.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's just for, that'll be sent to SRF and reimbursed to SRF.
Yeah.
Okay,
Separate agreement.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's do the financial services one first. I'll make a motion that we enter into Baker Tilly agreement for the financial services. And this is like an a la carte, if I remember, we can change, add, deduct.
You'll see, if you look at the agreement, you'll see different scopes in here for pretty much everything we can provide for a town. You guys can take what you want. We're not going to do something without you guys authorizing us to do it. And we're sticking to the $4,800 a month. So if we go over that, then that's on us because we probably did something extra. And we don't need that. So.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we enter in the agreement for their financial services with Baker Tilly.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mr. Brzezinski to enter into the agreement with Baker Tilly for the financial services. Any discussion? Mr. Brzezinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Beforiski?
Yes.
Mrs. Deal?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 4-0.
Thank you guys.
Okay,
Looking
thanks,
forward to working with you.
thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
And then, while we're here, I'll also make a motion that we enter in the agreement for the IDOC trunk main. And again, this is all reimbursed by DOC through the SRF fund and everything. There's no cost to us. It's part of their hooking into more of the new place into ours. So I'll make a motion that we enter into that agreement. Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mr. Brzezinski to enter into a Baker Tilly agreement for the IDOC trunk main. Is there any discussion? Mr. Brzezinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Stefanski? Mrs. Deal?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 4-0. Okay. Okay, then we have an agreement from McMahon. It's for the engineering survey agreement for 2024. As you guys know, we have been in, used McMahon for a water project, 2 sewer projects, and everything in between, the upcoming water projects and sewer projects. So we have a good rapport with them. They're very familiar with our system. So I will make a motion that we enter in with McMahon for 2024.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mr. Bashinsky to enter into the agreement with McMahon for 2024. Any discussion? Mr. Bashinsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Prothorsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Deal?
Yes.
Albert Bush? Yes, passes 4-0. Okay, we have letter of recommendation from McMahon, from John Sturgill. Your council members, on December 12th, bids were submitted for the above noted project. A total of 5 bids were received, ranging in price from $61,500 to $125,000. Based on these 5 bids, we recommend an awarding contract W05150523001068 to Haskins Underground, Inc. of Plymouth, Indiana, in the amount of $61,500 as lowest, most responsive bidder, responsible bidder. Bid of tabulation is attached. And I know there was a question, and I believe, John, you've talked to John Sturgill.
Briefly, before I spoke to you though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
Okay.
I mean, he just asked a couple questions, he really didn't
Okay.
make any real comments about what I was providing, so,
Okay. So he did talk to you, I mean, I'm not.
yeah. I mean, he called to ask a couple questions.
Okay. I will make a motion then that we have Haskins do the work as quoted.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, second by Mr. Bashinsky to have Haskins do the work as quoted. Is there any discussion? Mr. Bashinsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Prothorsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Deal? Albert Bush, yes. Passes 4-0. We also have McMahon as part of their engineering agreement that they review the work going on out there to make it as sure it was done up to.
I'll probably
Okay.
drive by myself.
Okay.
To make sure.
You know where it is. So.
I do,
Okay.
I do.
And thank you for your.
Absolutely, I will always let you guys know when there's something that you need to be informed about.
That's what you're supposed to do. Cross some check marks off the list here. Street. Anything else on utilities? Streets.
We have the community crossing grant matching funds. We're working this month. We got to have it completed by the end of the month. So we're going with want to go with the same amount we did last year, $70,000 for our portion of the streets. And I've already talked to Larry, so the money's there.
Okay.
I'd like to make that motion.
Okay, we have an agreement here for H.W. Lochner for the consultant for the community crossing grant. The amount payable will not exceed $10,000. I think that's what it has been the last several years. Did you want to make that motion?
I'll make that motion also, except not to exceed $10,000.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Bashinsky, seconded by Mrs. Prothorsky to enter in the agreement, engineering consultant agreement with H.W. Lochner for the community crossing grant. Is there any discussion? Mr. Bashinsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Prothorsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Deal?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 4-0. Anything else on streets?
That's all.
Okay. Parks?
Nothing, it's cold.
Yeah, they're under snow. Finance, police, sorry, Marshall.
So I've got some end of the year totals. I won't bore you guys with all of them here, but for some of the highlights of it, we had 5,000 calls for service last year, 1,890 traffic stops with 870 warrants issued and 405 citations. We initiated 226 case reports. There was 20 OWI arrests and 25 traffic related arrests. I'm still sorting out the rest for the reporting. It's first year running the report, so. I'll email you guys like a detailed list of what our stats are. And I'll
Very busy.
post it on Facebook for everybody to see. And here's some comments on it.
I'm sure. Everybody has an opinion. And again, thanks for the job you and your guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Marty.
Finance, we have resolution 2024-1 CCI transfer. This is what this is moving money from the CCI fund, Community Capital Improvement Fund, into the general fund. We do it every year. That's to help shore up the general fund. We have resolution 2024-1 transfers funds. Be it resolved by the Westville Town Council, the following funds be transferred per Indiana Code 67131.1C1. Transfer $10,000 from CCI Cumulative Capital Improvement to general fund. I'll make a motion that we adopt resolution 2024-1.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mr. Bushinsky to transfer, to adopt resolution 2024-1. Is there any discussion? Mr. Bushinsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Protworski?
Yes.
Mrs. Deal?
Yes.
Votes yes, passes 4-0. Anything else under finance? Fire activity report. I don't see anyone here from the fire department. Leanne Deal, we have an appointment to the plan commission. I believe that was Nate got that. The council makes this appointment, so I will make a motion that we appoint Leanne Deal to the plan commission.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mr. Bushinsky to appoint Leanne Deal to the plan commission. Any discussion? Mr. Bushinsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Protworski?
Yes.
Mrs. Deal?
Yes.
And another vote yes, passes 4-0. See all the great things you got to do tonight in less than 20 minutes time? Chickens, we've had complaints, concerns about chickens in town. It is in violation of zoning ordinance. So if anyone has issues with neighbors or someone with chickens, that it is a violation of the zoning ordinance, and please contact town hall or zoning, so the zoning issues can be taken care of. Zoning could probably be police. Contact Marshall.
Well, what do we do with the people who already have that?
Yeah.
They're still in violation.
Oh, they are?
Well, we didn't come up
I mean, I
tonight.
don't have chickens, but I know, like, I gotta, you know, I'm guilty of violence.
They're fantastic.
They're so good. But I have.
You want to talk about it?
No, I haven't had, you know, it's cold and I haven't had fresh eggs from the local chicken dealers, for a long time now, so.
You advise her not to say anything?
They're chickens, let her go.
Yeah. Okay, so we answered the question.
So what, we just tell them that they have to have them? Or-
Well, they're in violation of zoning.
So that's what we can tell them?
That's what you're telling them.
Perfect.
I give them a period of time to remove it. A reasonable period of time, if they fail to do so.
Okay.
But I think they should get a warning first.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, being the county zoning attorney, I need to enforce this stuff.
Yeah, like, what are we gonna do when they're like, I've had these chickens for 5 years?
Well, you can request a variance from the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying not to.
That's
have
if your
chicken
neighbors
dealers
go
come at
along
me. Chicken getting out? Or what?
Well, I don't know. I
Yeah.
think a lot of it's just I would guess. I mean, I don't have any
We
idea
had
that's
one
chickens.
complaint where the chickens were going around and breaking into garages and trash cans and stuff. And then that was dealt with pretty quickly, and then the roosters were the main.
Oh.
that was the main issue.
I think they've been known to steal tools on occasion.
Poke your eyes out too.
That's a.
Listen,
Okay.
if this is the craziest thing we have going on in
Yeah.
town, we are so lucky, so,
You cannot believe the number of variance requests we get on chickens in the county these days.
yeah?
It's just a thorn in my side. Tell you a little story after we're off the record.
All right.
I'd hate to have anybody run afoul.
I remember years ago, we had horses.
Horses in town?
Yeah, they park at the bar.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what wrote in. These were. in town.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't know that. Really? Well, you're older than I am.
Well, not that.
You'd remember that. Okay, I don't know if we can top this. Is there any other questions or comments relating to chickens or anything?
Can I make one comment?
Sure may.
I appreciate you all taking the time to look over the bid protest that I submitted, and I appreciate you taking the time. I think I would just remind council that you guys ultimately have the final decision, even if you are given a recommendation. I mean, under the IC code, which I'm quite sure Attorney Beachy is familiar with, where you make the decision if they're responsible or responsive that a federal violation should be considered. So that's why I wanted to provide that to you, wanted you to be the best informed in the event this does turn into, a problem for you, because the last violation was excavation. So I just wanted to make you guys aware. So I appreciate it. Thank
We
you.
appreciate your work.
Thank you.
Things are good. Okay, is there anything else? I will make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, second by Mr. Shinsky to adjourn. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed, being none, the meeting adjourns at 7:22. Congratulations.